course someone's going to start shooting as soon as I make a video. And more shooting. Lots of shooting. I wish I should be shooting. That's what I should. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm going to talk about this 36 by 48 metal building or shop I had built in my backyard. I'm going to go over the costs, what I got, and why I made some of the specs and decisions, and what I ended up with. So what we got here is a fully welded metal building frame. I didn't want a bolt together kit. They're perfectly fine. I just didn't want that. I wanted an RV parking. I wanted a big door, lots of room to put a fifth wheel in. I wanted a smaller door. I'm going to put my lift back there. I wanted insulation. I wanted, you know, the moon, of course. This is 14 feet wide. I wanted it tall enough to store, and I didn't want to totally enclose it because you can get a lot of junk and stuff blowing in there, but I didn't want to leave it totally open. So that's the compromise. It's partway down. I might change my mind later. I did go ahead and go with a gutter system because it was part of the kit, and I watched this thing get built. So let's talk square footage. This is a 36 by 48 shop, and that works out to it is 1,728 square foot. I really wanted a 40 by 60, and that would have been a 2,400 square foot, which would have been an extra 672 square feet, and that is like the size of a 3-car garage. I think that's actually almost exactly the size of my 3-car garage up in the house. Now, you don't think a 36 by 48 is that much bigger than, say, a 30 by 40 shop, which is one of the most common sizes. But that is an extra 528 square feet. That is the size of a pretty good 2-car garage. It really adds up. And if I could have done a 40 by 60, it would have been another 3-car garage on top of what I have now. It's crazy. But I did build the biggest size shop I could with all my options. And I wonder if I will regret not going bigger in the future, because you know, you always want more, but I would think I would be okay. And so I actually looked at building just a regular 40 by 50 shop, and it still, that would have added up enough cost that it would have pushed me over my budget. But with the 16 high walls, I can build a loft in the back. If I build a loft, it's 36 feet wide all the way across the back, and I come out 8 feet, that gives me 288 square feet of storage. And the difference between going from a 36 by 48 to a 40 by 50 was 272 square feet. So it's a good compromise. I can build a loft, get all my storage for car parts I want off the floor here. I'll be all right. The concrete slab is 4.5 inches thick, 3,500 pounds per square inch PSI. And it's got nice footings all around it. I'll throw up a picture of it. It also has a vapor barrier laid down and a rebar throughout the length of it. That gets me into an 11,000 pound 2-post lift, and that's all I need. I want to be able to lift this truck up. I'm not lifting up any heavier. If I wanted to go heavier to like a 15,000 pound lift, I'd be looking at a 6-inch slab. Honestly, I might actually have that. They were pretty generous when they were dropping the cement down. Not too worried about it with what I have in mind. Very happy. One nice thing about doing a cement slab with your builder is they can kind of build it to match. So I don't know if you can really see it there, but there is a step down all the way outside the building, and that is what this hooks to. And so what you have is this metal side of the building doesn't drop down on top of the cement. It doesn't drop down past it with gaps that you have to worry about. There's actually a, I think they call it a rat ledge, and it tucks right in there, and it makes for a really nice seal. And one thing I didn't like about the kits that you can order and have shipped to you or have doing is look at what kind of doors they have. A lot of them have these cheap, like, trailer house doors. I got a nice steel thick door here. That's a fully steel frame that is welded up to the rest of the structure. I mean, I got to clean it up a little bit, and I might paint it black to match the trim, but this is a legit door. So let's take a look at the actual structure. I'm going to get further in since everybody decided to simultaneously fire up their lawnmowers in the neighborhood. You've got the main post welded to the foundations in the cement. And the rest of the structure is welded together all the way around with nice trusses up at the top. And I've got a video time lapse of this entire building put together. I'll try to link it somewhere, or you could look at my channel and watch it get put up. They just did a pretty interesting job doing it, but I am really happy with the build. None of this is bolted together. It's not stamped steel with funky little bends. I'm sure that's okay, but this entire shop is rated for 110 mile per hour winds. If I got anything higher than that happening, I've got other problems. So let's talk about this RV cover. I wanted a place to put my fifth wheel. Right now it's in storage, and so I spouted the extra money to have this built. I could have had a bigger shop if I didn't do this. Let's look at the numbers. Just the RV cover itself added onto the shop was $10,752. Adding in the extra metal down from the top was another $1,400. That adds up to $12,152 for a total investment to have this RV cover. Now, why don't I just leave it in storage? So my storage bill right now is $190 a month. It's actually a pretty good deal. It's covered storage, plus I got a 20 amp plug-in to keep the batteries topped off. Why don't I just leave it there and have a bigger shop? Well, they've already jacked up my rates 15 bucks a month. I've only been there 3 months. So if they keep it at 190, I break even in 5 years and 4 months. And if they jack it up a little bit every year, which I'm sure they're going to, then I break even in less than 5 years. So you pay the money now, and in 5 years you start paying yourself 200 bucks a month. It's really a no-brainer. Let's talk insulation now. This is 3-inch batting that was put down on the outside of the building, and then the the outside metal sheets were put onto it. And it is 3-inch vinyl backed. It is squished underneath the metal. Not too bad here, as you can see. And I wasn't going to do it. It is $7,776 to do this, and I had the entire building done. Ceiling, all the walls, up around the garage doors, which are also insulated. I'll talk about those. And I thought I was just going to come in later and spray foam and do some other stuff. And looking around online, people were just kind of regretting it and do it up front. Until I got into the spray foam, this place would have been a hot box. So the other day it was 103 degrees outside, and about 5 o'clock in the afternoon I came in and measured the temperature, and it was 95 in here. So it is not a hot box, and I think I can cool it with a couple of mini splits, which is my plan. A couple of 2-ton units running together, I think we'll do it. But I don't think I'm going to insulate much more. I was looking at the cost of that would be to, put more batting up and put more panels up, and it's a lot of money. So I think it's kind of going to look like this for right now for a while. Let's talk garage doors. I have 2. I didn't go with roll-up doors. I went with panel doors. That was on the advice of my builder. He recommended to do it that way because he said you could get a better insulated door. I have no idea. I don't have no experience with an insulated roll-up door, and he said it also just sealed better. Fine, I didn't really care, but I did get a nice insulated panel door. This one is 14 by 14. And it works as advertised. It tucks way up to the ceiling. It gives me all the room I want. This side I went with a 10 by 10 with the high lift. As you saw when I opened it, the door actually goes up for a little bit longer and then curves back in, and you end up with a lot of clearance up there. And I wonder if I'm going to regret not going with a taller door. 10 feet's pretty good clearance. Should I have gone 12? I don't know. I may have messed that one up. Time will tell. But as of now, I'm pretty happy with them. So at this point, I don't know if there's anything I would do differently. The builder asked me if I wanted windows. I didn't know how I wanted to set up the shop, so I didn't put in any windows. Did I want a door in the back? Originally, I had a 10-10 door spec in the back corner, and I thought, well, I'll lose a lot of wall space because of that, and I'd hate to put in the door and then just really never use it, so I didn't. I can always change my mind in the future and put one in. Same with windows. I am going to go with mini splits and fans, so maybe I'll be fine. If not, I'll just have to deal with it. Okay, let's go over the costs. Just the metal building, not including the RV parking, door just blew shut on me, not the extra guttering, not the insulation. So 36 by 48 by 16 foot high metal building, framed with square tubing and trusses, everything you see here. The total cement pad, 4.5 inch thick concrete, 3,500 PSI, all power trawl done. I'm very happy with it. One 14 wide by 14 high insulated panel door, all installed, and one 10 wide by 10 high insulated panel door, all done, and a nice personal steel door on the side. Total bill was $46,184. I also added gutters on each side. Those are $1,152. The RV cover with the siding that come down the side was a total of $12,152, and a 3-inch wide vinyl back insulation was $7,776. I went online and I figured I could get it probably about $4,000 myself, but obviously I couldn't install that. I'd have to use strapping and get up there and do that. I'll pass on that. Permits from the city, that was $2,603. Your mileage may vary. I got a little bit of discount because part of it was an RV, and I also got a 100 amp electrical permit as part of that. 2603. I had to get 2 loads of cushion sand in. This side was actually had to be elevated 11 inches higher over the other side, so they did all that. That was $360. To bring in that front end loader and clear out the whole site and set it up, $500. And the high lift kit for the garage door, I showed you earlier, instead of it curving right back up, it went further up. That's different springs and different drums and different track. That was a $375 adder. That was actually a no-brainer. The total cost for what you see, no electrical, no driver, or anything else, all of this turnkey, $71,102. Whew. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to put a link to the time lapse at the end of this video of this whole structure going up. You should check it out. It's pretty cool. And if you're looking in the market to get your own shop, there's obviously a bunch of different paths to get there. How you do it depends on you, your skill, what you're willing to pay for, what you're willing to do on your own. Could I have saved money doing it a different route by going with a kit or a pole barn type of style? Yeah, I'm sure I could have. I'm real happy with what I got for the price I paid though, and I didn't have to lift a finger. So once again, you pay for convenience. Next steps is power, which is a whole nother journey, and I'm also going to poly seal the floor and build a mezzanine. I'm going to do future videos as I set this shop up, because I don't know if you've seen my other videos, but I've been painting that 68 Chevelle, and now that I've actually got a spot to do it in this winter, I plan on blowing it back apart and finishing the job. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.